Charine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatarine, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. We welcome all of the wonderful devotees who have joined us over YouTube Live, devotees who have joined us over Facebook Live, and dear devotees who have joined us over Zoom. Welcome each and every one of you to this very special session on Akshaya Tritiya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Navin
Hare
here.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So Akshaya Tritiya is celebrated on the third day of it's called the month of Vaishak. Actually, it's called Vaishaka Shukla Paksha Tritiya. In short, Akshaya Tritiya. And this month of Vaishak is in April or May. And in Sanskrit, Vaishak also means a churning rod.
Oh.
So this month of Vaishak, April, May, helps us to churn out the essence, the most important substance, the most auspicious, which is the purest of our lives. And on this day of Akshaya Tritiya, in this month of Vaishak, April, May, is focused with the purpose of purifying ourselves through various auspicious means. So this is a very, very auspicious month and an auspicious day today in this auspicious month.
So Akshay in Sanskrit means inexhaustible, that which never deteriorates, which never lessens. It always stays, always ever increasing. It stays eternally. And it is considered to be the most auspicious day to start any new venture or, any kind of devotional services. So results of an activity performed on this day does never diminish, and rather the effects actually multiply unlimitedly. We receive unlimited benefits by rendering devotional service to the Supreme Lord and his beloved devotees on this very special day. In fact, Matsya Purana in chapter 65, while describing the glories of Akshaya Tritiya, the Supreme Lord himself says that this Akshaya Tritiya day, it grants and fulfills all of one's desires. A very special day. So whatever we give in charity, whatever we do, in japa, because japa is the highest form of charity. So chanting the holy names of Krishna, all of this has inexhaustible merits. So anything began on this auspicious day tends to get the same nature as this day. So there are some very important features of this very wonderful day. So let's try to see what all happened during this special day. So wishing everyone a very glorious Akshaya Tritiya.
On this auspicious tithi of Akshaya Tritiya, first is Satya Yuga begins on this day of Akshaya Tritiya. Mother Ganga, she descended on this planet from the spiritual world, from the jata of Lord Shiva on this very day of Akshaya Tritiya. Lord Parshuram, who is Chiranjeevi, he's still living. It is his appearance day today, also known as Parshuram Jayanti, is same as Akshaya Tritiya. Ma Annapurna, she appeared on this day. She's worshipped as Annapurna Devi, goddess of indepletable grains. Lord Krishna's friend, you may recall, his dearmost friend Sudama, he came to Dwarka on this day, and Krishna, he gave him Akshay opulence, inexhaustible opulence, not comparable even with the wealth of Lord Indra, just as a reciprocation of the handful of chipped rice that Sudama had brought with so much love.
And on this very day, the Shasana had tried to attempt to disrobe Mother Draupadi. But Sri Krishna supplied Mother Draupadi with unlimited amounts of clothing, of saris, when she helplessly cried for shelter and protection to Sri Krishna.
So Akshay cloth or inexhaustible cloth.
Also, the sun god, Vivashwan, gave the Akshay Patra to the Pandavas and to Mother Draupadi so that could feed unlimited number of people till the time that Draupadi has not eaten. So till the time that Draupadi doesn't take her meals, this Akshay Patra that, it can feed any number, means millions and millions of people, just till the time that if Draupadi takes her meal, then that Akshay Patra would be exhausted for that day. So she would make sure that she would feed everybody else first, and then she would always take her prasad, so that no one would be able to go hungry from the doorstep of Maharaj Yudhishthir.
And it became very useful during their exile in the forest.
It is said that after a very long tapasya, Kubera, who is today known as the treasurer of the heavenly planets, after a long tapasya, long gap, on this day, Kubera was reinstated as the treasurer of the heavenly planets. And it is also said that on this day, on Akshaya Tritiya day, in Jagannath Puri, every year, the preparations for making the chariots of Lord Jagannath start on this very day. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki Jai.
And then on this day, Vyasadev, he started composing Mahabharata with the help of Lord Ganesh. In fact, on this day also, at Sri Jagannath Puri temple, the Vijay Vigrahas of Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, along with Bhudevi and Sri Devi, Sri Ram Govind, who is none other than Krishna Balaram, along with the five lingas, Chameshwara, Shivalingas, Jameshwara, Kapal, Mochan, Lokanath, Markandeshwara, Nilakanteshwara, and Mahadev, they are taken on two boats on the lake in Jagannath Puri called Narendra Sarovar. And they all have cool, refreshing boat ride in the evening because this signifies the end of the hot days. And they are taken on this ride in the boats for 21 continuous days. And it starts on Akshaya Tritiya.
It is said that the Badrinath temple darshan opens on this day. Jai Shri Badri Vishal ki Jai. Also, Kedarnath temple darshan opens on this day. So does Gangotri and Jamunotri. So Char Dham temple darshan open on this very day of Chandan Yatra. In fact, Sri Bake Bihari Ji in Sri Vrajadham on this very day, on this day alone, he gives darshan of his divine lotus feet. Otherwise, his lotus feet is always covered with his dhoti. But on this day of Akshaya Tritiya, Bake Bihari Ji gives darshan of his lotus feet.
On this day of Akshaya Tritiya, Chandan Yatra starts, which means the deities of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, they are smeared with sandalwood paste, chandan paste all over them. And it continues for the next 21 days, just to cool him during these hot summer days.
So Akshaya Tritiya basically also signifies that during the days now, these are the hottest days of the summer, it is said. So in India, especially, these are said to be the hottest days. That's why the boat festival in the evening takes place. During the daytime, the Lord is covered with the sandalwood paste to cool him down. So this is signifying that this is a very special summer festival.
On this day, Srila Prabhupada incorporated the League of Devotees. Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON. But before starting ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada incorporated a society in India. Srila Prabhupada incorporated ISKCON in 1966 in New York. But before that, he incorporated the League of Devotees in 1953 on the auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya, 16th May, 1953.
At Jhansi.
At Jhansi.
In
Yes.
India. And it is also on, the Tulasi Jaladan, Tulasi Maharani, on this most auspicious month of this Vaishak month, she is offered water which is dripping from a pot, and it is done throughout the day, except for the night. So during the day, the entire day, there is celebration of water dripping from a pot, and she, along with her husband, Sri Shaligram, both of them are offered these dripping pots of water to cool them down during these hot days of the summer.
And then many other auspicious events, they take place on this very special day of Akshaya Tritiya. Again, many deities of different temples, they are brought out on this special day. Hamsa Vahan Shiva deity,
So Hamsavahan Shiva, he is actually in this temple, as you can see here in the picture. This is Hamsa Vahana. Lord Shiva, he is generally riding Nandi, right? Nandi is the carrier, the bull is the carrier of Lord Shiva. But here, Lord Shiva is celebrated as Hamsa Vahana, means he's, actually gliding down with a swan. What happened is there was Gaura Katha going on in Navadvip Dham. And Lord Shiva wanted, to come from Kailash. He wanted to come to Navadvip to listen to Gaura Katha. And Nandi was going, oh, boom, 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 boom. It was going very, very, like that. It was going slowly, slowly, slowly. And Lord Shiva said, hey, Nandi, go soon, go soon. I cannot miss Gaura Bhagavad Katha. So there is Katha going on. I want to go and listen. So then, by the time from Kailash, Lord Shiva came only till Brahma Loka. And Lord Brahma was sitting and laughing that what's happening between, Lord Shiva and Nandi. And Nandi is saying, well, this is my speed. I can't go higher speed than this. What to do? So then Lord Shiva said, hey, Brahma, give me your Vahana. Give me your carrier. That is the swan. Lord Brahma rides the swan. So then Lord Brahma said, yeah, let Nandi rest here. You take my swan and go. So Lord Shiva, he sat on the swan like we see here in this picture, and the swan just glided down to Navadvip Dham. So immediately Lord Shiva was able to come. And when the swan was gliding, it actually, if you notice on the right side picture, that's the deity. You can see the swan very clearly. It's this, structure of the swan very clearly. And Lord Shiva is actually lying down on the swan because of the speed of the swan. So Lord Shiva just went gliding back like that, So he's almost like this way. And it is said that this deity of Lord Shiva, if it is brought out of the water, he becomes, heat starts coming out from the body of Lord Shiva because he's in so much ecstasy. So for 364 days in the year, Lord Shiva is actually submerged in water. And only on one day he is brought out, which is on this day of Akshaya Tritiya in Mayapur Navadvip Dham. This temple is there. And Lord Shiva's, all of us actually would go and we would water Lord Shiva in this beautiful Hamsa Vahana temple. So Shri Hamsa Vahana Mahadev ki jai.
And then the chandan that is covering the body of Lord Nrsimhadev in Simhachalam is removed just on this day, so we can have full darshan of the Varaha Nrsimha deity that is present in the Simhachalam temple. And that is the theme of today's program, which is how is Lord Nrsimhadev connected to Akshaya Tritiya? We see Lord Parshuram is connected to Akshaya Tritiya. Pandavas are connected to Akshaya Tritiya. So many different deities are connected. How is Nrsimhadev connected? So the Varaha Nrsimha deity in Simhachalam, in Vishakhapatnam, actually is connected to this particular day of Akshaya Tritiya. So let's explore how. In the Sthala Puran of Simhachalam, it recounts the history of Prahlad Maharaj and his demoniac father, Hiranyakashipu. So after many, many unsuccessful attempts to kill Sri Prahlad, the 5-year-old son of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu ordered as a last resort to hurl Sri Prahlad into the sea and place a huge mountain over him. So Hiranyakashipu and his servants, they took Prahlad, this little tiny 5-year-old boy, deep into the sea. They threw him into the water. Then they took a mountain and covered to keep him down. But Prahlad Maharaj, he was not afraid of anything. He was not afraid even of death. In all circumstances, all he did was simply smaranam. Remember Lord Krishna. So because of the power of his devotional remembrance, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared before Prahlad at this very place. Krishna lifted the mountain and took out Prahlad personally with his own hands and brought Prahlad to safety. It is also said that since the Lord jumped at once to rescue Prahlad Maharaj, the Lord's lotus feet went into the Patal Loka, which is below the Bhuloka that we are in, amongst the 14 planetary systems. And the Sthala Puran says that the darshan of Lord's lotus feet is available only to the inhabitants of Patal Loka. Because of lifting the mountain, he had to take so much support of Bhu that it actually went to Patal Loka, his lotus feet.
And therefore we'll see that the deity of Lord Varaha Nrsimha, he does not, have lotus feet, because his lotus feet is having darshan only in the Patal Loka.
And then after Lord Krishna appeared in his avatar as Nrsimhadev, and we all know the story of how he killed Hiranyakashipu. Later, in the later pastimes, when Prahlad Maharaj grew and became the king, he came to this place, Simhachalam, where the Lord had saved him. Because this is one of the places where the Lord performed the great miracle to protect him from dying.
So Prahlad Maharaj, at this very place in Simhachalam, Prahlad Maharaj sat down and prayed to Lord Nrsimhadev that Nrsimhadev, I want to worship you, but in my mind, I have this desire that I want to see both the forms of yours. Both the forms in what sense? Means the form that you used of Lord Varaha, where you killed my uncle, Hiranyaksha was killed in your form as Varaha Deva. And you killed my father Hiranyakashipu in the form of Lord Nrsimhadev. So I want to see the combination of both these forms of yours, because this is the way you come to protect your devotees. So I want to worship this combined form of yours. So please, my Lord, can you appear in both these forms to me? So just to fulfill the sincere desire of the great devotee Prahlad Maharaj, the Supreme Lord assumed the form of this deity, Sri Varaha Nrsimhadev deity. It had the body of a man, the claws and the tail of a lion, and the face was of Lord Varahadev. So Varahadev is the face, the claws and the tail of a lion, and the main torso of a man. So it was a combination of Varaha Narasingha. You can see in the picture on the right, you can see how the tail is, going like this in the back. That is the tail of Lord Nrsimhadev, the face of Lord Varahadev, and the claws of Lord Nrsimhadev, the claws of a lion.
But this right-hand side form, we can have darshan only on this day of Akshaya Tritiya. The left-hand form is how it looks on the other days when it is covered with chandan. So Prahlad Maharaj, he built a temple around this deity, this self-manifested deity of Varaha Nrsimha. And it is said that after Prahlad handed over the kingdom to his son, he worshipped the deity personally. However, at the end of Satya Yuga, after Prahlad Maharaj left, owing to neglect perhaps, a huge ant hill gathered around the deity. But at the beginning of another yuga, this deity was rediscovered by King Pururava of the Moon dynasty, lunar dynasty, who is mentioned in the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it explains how, while riding Urvashi, with Urvashi in an aerial chariot over the hills of the south, Pururava was drawn by a mysterious power to Simhachalam. And then King Pururava rediscovered this deity of Varaha in this place. He got 1,000 kalashas of water from the river called Gangatal. And it is said that Ganga, when she saw Lord Nrsimhadev is living here, she appeared here just to render service to him in the south. Then he performed the grand Abhishek ceremony. Again, Varahadev and Nrsimhadev combined, both in a very angry mood. Varahadev was very angry that Hiranyaksha had offended Bhudevi, the Mother Earth. And Nrsimhadev was very angry that he offended Hiranyakashipu, had offended Prahlad Maharaj. So both were very angry, in the angry mood. So this deity was very ugra, very angry. It was generating tremendous heat when it was rediscovered. And then there was an Akashwani where the Lord told the king, I want you to cover my body with chandan, with sandalwood, and told him exactly how to do it. And according to that instruction, on this very day, the deity is worshipped in that way.
Till this day.
Till this day. And the body of the deity is covered with 480 kilograms of chandan by the end of the year. And then the Lord instructed that one day a year, on Akshaya Tritiya, he would give darshan without chandan covering his body. So on Akshaya Tritiya, the deity is uncovered.
So it is said, the Lord instructed King Pururava that after Akshaya Tritiya, immediately the next day, 120 kgs of chandana is put on his body. Then again, on Vaishakha Purnima, another 120 kgs is put on his body. Then on Jyeshtha Purnima, means the next month, he is again covered with 120 kgs. And then again, finally on Ashad Purnima, it is again, the deity is covered with 120 kgs more of chandan, of sandalwood. So it remains like this, so for the next 4 months, right after Akshaya Tritiya, the next following 4 months, 120 kgs on each of the Purnimas is offered. And then till next year, Akshaya Tritiya, the day before the Akshaya Tritiya, the Lord, all the 480 kgs of chandan is removed. And then the Lord gives his darshan of his Nija Rupa, his Nija Swarupa, as we see on the left-hand side picture. That is the Nija Swarupa darshan on the day of Akshaya Tritiya. And then slowly, over a period of 4 months, the Lord is completely covered, and you can see how he becomes like a lingam almost, that, so much of chandan is put on this particular deity of the Lord Varaha Nrsimhadev. So you can see here on Akshaya Tritiya day, the Lord appears with a red dhoti, and you can see the beautiful form of the Lord. And on the other rest of the year, how the Lord appears. It's just like a sandalwood heap on the entire body of the Supreme Lord. So this is the deity of Sri Varaha Nrsimhadev, who appeared for the pleasure of his dear devotee Prahlad Maharaj.
Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in 1510 AD, he visited Simhachalam during his South India Yatra. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, it is stated that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Jiyara Narsingha Kshetra, or Simhachalam. And it's explained, upon seeing the deity of Lord Nrsimhadev in the temple, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his respectful obeisances by falling flat. In ecstatic love, he performed various dances, chanted, and offered prayers. This is the temple of Simhachalam, which is situated on the top of a hill. It's a huge temple compound, and it takes a long time to go inside in the sanctum sanctorum, where the deity of Varaha Nrsimha is there. But this is where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu composed the very famous Nrsimha prayer. Shri Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Jai Nrsimha, Praladesha Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bhringa.
Jai Nrsimhadev. So this prayer means all glories to Lord Nrsimhadev. All glories to Lord Nrsimhadev, who is the Lord of Prahlad Maharaj, and like a honeybee is always engaged in beholding the lotus-like face of the goddess of fortune. Just like that, Prahlad Maharaj is always looking for ways to look at Lord Nrsimhadev. Jai. So this is this particular song we actually sing, these two lines we sing every day in the morning to Lord Nrsimhadev, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he visited Simhachalam in 1905 and again in 1930.
So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the spiritual master of our Srila Prabhupada.
And in order to commemorate the visit of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Simhachalam, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, he had footprints of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu installed here on 27 December 1930. And these footprints are at the main entrance of the temple, indicating that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in 1510 had visited here.
Haribol, our very own dear Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, he also visited Simhachalam during his stay at Vishakhapatnam in India between the 17th to the 22nd of February in 1972. So it is said that one day Srila Prabhupada took his disciples to see a very famous temple of Lord Nrsimha, which is Sri Simhachalam, on top of a hill about 5 miles north of Vishakhapatnam. Srila Prabhupada came to the temple in his ambassador car. On arriving at the temple, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples met one of the temple brahmanas who showed them around the temple grounds. You can see, like Prabhu was saying, this temple has 1,000 steps to go up to the temple. Krishna Chaitanya. And Srila Prabhupada was also carried on palanquin because Srila Prabhupada was very old at this time. So Srila Prabhupada, when the one of the local brahmanas, the priests, was showing him around the grounds, Srila Prabhupada came upon a huge banyan tree. And when Srila Prabhupada came upon this banyan tree, Srila Prabhupada made a comment that this banyan tree has been standing here for thousands of years. And that Brahmana confirmed that, yes, this tree has been here. So that means that this tree was the witness of even Lord Chaitanya's visit, which was just 500 years ago. So as Srila Prabhupada was standing beneath the tree, below this banyan tree, one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples came and offered Srila Prabhupada one very beautiful champaka flower, which was offered to Varaha Nrsimhadev. And Srila Prabhupada, he was chanting his japa. He had his hand in his bead bag. So Srila Prabhupada, if you see in this picture, he took that, in his right hand, and he did not take out his hand from the japa beads. You can see here in this picture, Srila Prabhupada held on to the flower, that champaka flower, throughout his darshan of that Simhachalam temple. That entire day, Srila Prabhupada was holding on to that champaka flower, and Srila Prabhupada was looking at that champaka flower very lovingly. There's a very specific reason that Srila Prabhupada explained. Srila Prabhupada, why was he looking at this flower so beautifully? Srila Prabhupada himself explained it.
He looked at this flower and he said, "This flower is the color of Lord Chaitanya.
Haribo.
And this flower is most loved all over India. It's so beautiful to look at, so beautiful to smell." And he carried the small saffron gold flower between his fingers throughout the rest of the morning.
Haribo. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. So this is the way that this is Jiyada Narasinghadev. So, Varaha Narasingha is also, another name for him is Jiyada Narasinghadev. So this is the deity of Sri Jiyada Narasingha, but he is worshipped in Germany, in one of our ISKCON centers in Germany, where this temple is located on a hill. We have the great fortune of visiting this temple. And the locals also, this hill is known as the Lion Hill. And this temple is known as the Lion Temple. And this temple, the deity worship, you can see this deity is so beautiful. He is amazing, this Jiyada Narasingha Dev, deity of Lord Narasingha and Varahadev. So
this day is a very nice opportunity for all of us, as whatever little devotional service that is rendered on this day will bear permanent, eternal fruits, which is Krishna Prema.
Hari Bol. Jai Shri Akshaya Tritiya Maha Mahotsav ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol. So if there's any questions, comments, realizations or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you so much. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Beautiful explanation about Himachala Pradesh. So we are also from the same state, Mataji and Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hare Any
Hare
other? Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
Praying that you both are doing well. After a long time, I have a darshan on Akshaya Tritiya. How Himachalam they are getting after a long time, we are getting the darshan for both of you. Yeah, very. Yeah, so very good explanation, Mataji. The PPT slides, everything is beautiful. And I was when I see that Hamsa Vagana Shiva, right? I could immediately remember how we love. You will show us, right, during Vrindavan?
Yeah. He looks like how below, right?
I thought that, okay, Vrindavan Pastimes, like Krishna Padam, oh, how will I was manifest that day? I thought it's look like how will I, right? So let us fan praise, I like that. So it is very, very good. And then I came to know many things newly. So about the 480 kg of the chandan you said, right? And each sequence, I mean, consequent month it will be applied, and then we cannot see that. And the lotus feet is in Patal Loka, which you're not aware, Mataji. First time I'm hearing from you both. We cannot witness the lotus feet of the Lord as so.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that you witnessed in Lion Hill in Germany, right? The
Yeah.
video. So beautiful, so beautiful. Like I know that personally that our Mataji is so attached with the Nrsimhadev right now, Mataji. So you will be serving for a long time from your initial childhood days. So I able to witness the enthusiasm in your face, both of you. Not only Mataji, but Prabhuji as well. Under the guidance of Pankajangri Prabhu and Srinivas Prabhuji, right? So I witnessed that one, and so far we remember only the Varaha form and then lion form, but the chores also you mentioned like human form as well, right? So that we could know, and beautifully you mended with the Champaka flower. I'm thinking how Prabhupada hold with this finger.
Yeah.
It's very
He's
difficult,
been
Mataji.
holding like this.
But he was
And
chanting,
throughout
you
the
said, right?
morning, he was.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult, but it's very, yeah. Thank you so much for giving you both of your darshan. I'm praying to the Lord. You should be both good always. Hare Krishna Mataji
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
That
Thank
Thank
you
was
you.
so much. Thank you.
I agree
hello.
with Hari Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Bo. Thank you, Prabhu.
Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hari Krishna,
Krishna.
Jai Prabhu.
Thank you for such a beautiful explanation and the importance of Akshaya Tritiya. We knew this in bits and pieces, so thank you so much for helping us connect the dots. And we did not know anything about the relation of Sri Nrsimhadev with Akshaya Tritiya. So, really nice to be enlightened with this knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Okay, if there are no other questions or comments, then we'll take leave and continue when we meet next time for an important festival.
Janesh.
Oh, Janeshwar Gauranga.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful narration.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It's nice to see both of you after a long time and enlightening us about Akshaya Tritiya. I didn't know I knew some of the important events which occurred on this day, but not all this. So thank you so much for bringing that to light for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
so
It's
much,
wonderful
Mataji,
to have your association.
And celebration on the most auspicious day of Akshaya Tritiya. And very nice explanation.
Thank
We are
you.
traveling from Malachwat.
Oh,
And-
nice. Nice. Oh, Jai. Haribo. Very nice, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so if there's no more questions or comments, we can conclude our session here. Thank you all so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhascha.
Kripa
Hare
Kripasindhubhyo.
Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anand Koti Vaishnavindra ki jai. Thank you. Thank you.
Jai Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for
Hare Krishna, Lavanya. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Deepti. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Advaita ji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Danda-
Hare Krishna,
Dandavat.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Pranam. Thank you.